Welcome friends to my unboxing and review of the Mulor 300 amp hour battery. Just opened up the box and I just wanted to show you what comes inside here. Comes with a little manual and a nice padding. The padding is pretty nice. And this is the manual. Any good information here? Can I fully charge? Not much information here. 12 volt, 300 amp hours. Continuous less than 250 amps. Continuous charge current less than 170 amps. Okay. IP65. All right. All right, friends. So this is the Amazon listing that I got this from. It is sold out right now. It's a Mulor 300 amp hour Lifepo4 battery. The reason why I bought it was this was about 400 and change for a 300 amp hour battery. And what I liked about it is that it has the metal case and it has the information here. And high amp discharge. So it does say that it's 9 inches by 14 inches by about 10 inches, 9.2 to 10 inches, because there's an extra inch here, but we'll do a quick measurement of it in a second. I just wanted to show you this part of the listing. I'm gonna link you to this exact listing too, so maybe be on the lookout for it. Maybe right now more of the product is coming in from China, or maybe they're gonna switch it around and put Bluetooth on it, which I wish they don't. I hope they don't. So yeah, let's get to the part where we quickly review it, and then we're going to do a capacity test, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Welcome friends to this review of this battery. So what I like about it is that it's metal case. I like that it has these metal handles, so it is definitely nice build quality. That's what I was actually looking for. One of the things that actually sold me on it was that it does also have this power meter. So you could actually see what the battery level is just by looking at this one. So it does the voltage and does 86% state of charge. So let's see, is this correct? Is it really truly 14 inches? No, it's actually 14.5 inches. 14 and a half inches by about 9 inches tall up to here. So this is probably a quarter of an inch. So between 9 1/4 and 9 1/2 inches tall. And the width is 9 inches. So this is the only thing that they got wrong, is that it's half an inch longer over here. It is a 300 amp hour battery. This is the model over here, AB12300. And storage temperature is this. Battery management system, that's nice. So I like this point over here. I like this port over here. I believe this is a 50 amp direct connect input, so you could have a quick Anderson connection over here. I like these terminals. These are M8 terminals. How do I unscrew this? I'll have to figure that part out. So overall, you know, taking it out of the box, it's kind of interesting seeing these no-name brand batteries. However, the benefit I see of this battery is that you could actually stack maybe 2 or 3 of these. So because this is 300 amp hours, this is almost close to 4 kilowatts of capacity. So 3,800 watts in here. This uses standard M8 terminals. So I'm going to create connectors. Next, I'm going to charge it up to 100% and then do a capacity test over, maybe it might take more than 24 hours because it's going to do 160 watts an hour capacity test. So these are M8 terminal bolts, and these, I guess, just slide on and off. That's kind of convenient that you have this battery protector over here. I like that. However, I'm going to put my own custom terminals, which are a little bit longer. So yeah, I gotta like also the terminal layout this way. because on standard batteries, this is what sold me on this. First, the metal casing, and second, having this recessed, because otherwise you have these big rods coming out of the top. Plus I use these not standard terminal bolts, because I do connect a lot of stuff to it. So I really like this recess idea. That's very nice, and that makes it stackable. I'm thinking stacking 3 of these, you get more than 10 kilowatts of battery capacity. So running test number 2, I got 266.98 amp hours. So that's about 34 amp hours less than the rated 300 amp hours. However, there may be some issues to charging it up with, let's say, with a solar charge controller through a 12 to 24 booster, instead of maybe like some sort of like charger, stuff like this. However, I've charged up other batteries before like this, like with these guys. I got slightly like less than 50 amp hours than the rated capacity. So instead of 1920, I got like 1850. So what's my conclusion that could have happened? Well, in the first test I ran, I might have not charged it up right away. Or what could have been is that this battery wasn't put through multiple quality control tests or extra cycling of the battery that maybe other batteries have been through. My meaning is this. There's 4 cells, these blue big battery packs inside. I'm not going to open this up because I don't want to mess something up and stuff like that. However, each cell is probably 3.2 volts each, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2. They're set up in series, so plus to minus, plus to minus, plus to minus, boosting up 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 3.2, going up to the nominal 12.8 volt voltage. However, what happens when you connect battery packs inside in series is one battery pack could achieve, let's say, 3.4 volts, and the last one achieves 3.4 volts, and the ones in the middle, let's say, are about 3 volts. So you did reach up to the 12.8 nominal value. However, you're not really, the battery pack, it thinks that it's fully charged. That's why the meter wasn't really giving me the correct capacity, because when I first received it, it said that it was 86% charged. Perhaps it was up to a certain degree where several of the cells were more or less fully charged. However, several of the cells didn't get a chance to balance out yet. So that's what, in my opinion, happened. The second time I did the test, we definitely got higher wattage hours, because the first time we got about 22.5 kilowatts out of this thing. So the second time charging it, I did it for a long time using this charge controller and this 15 amp connected to my massive 16 kilowatt hour battery bank. These are 12 volts. Because I guess maybe I could have done it a different way. However, this is the plan I'm going to use it anyway. So if I was to be using the system, whether it's connected to a Victron controller, because that's what I have back there, a 30 amp Victron controller that's connected to these power bricks over here. Those are Dell 240 watt power bricks that each 3 of them supply one of these charge controllers back here, so giving it a total charge of about 800 watts an hour for this battery bank. So I figured that could be the stuff. So what my conclusion with this test is that the second time around discharging it and having what I thought was fully charged battery pack, it actually improved in the watt capacity, or perhaps I didn't charge it fully the first time, However, the voltage meter, even though it was saying, I think like 12 volts or 12.6 volts, it was saying that it was 70% capacity. So this capacity meter regarding the percentage might not be telling the correct story. So, however, the voltage that was showing up here and here was within a 0.2 difference. So perhaps that voltage is the one to actually look at. However, that's also a misnomer because they're wired up in series and perhaps the cells weren't fully balanced in there. So how does this issue get corrected? Well, I believe that if it's connected to the charger for like a long time, multiple days or multiple hours, where it's fully charged up, where because of the internal BMS, the battery management system, it would balance out the cells. What does that mean? Well, let's say if two of them charge up to 3.4 and the two in the middle are like at 2.9, if you let it sit for a while fully charged up, they're all going to reach the 3.2 or 3.4 capacity that it's supposed to be at the full charge that it is. So they do balance out by being fully charged up at some point. So am I going to keep this battery? Yes, I will. Because even at this price, 266 hours and change is really good. And the last maybe 30 amp hours will get improved with maybe charging it up fully and letting it sit and letting the cells balance out. And I'll probably get full capacity out of it. So it's definitely better than the 200 amp hours, because if it did it for a second run, 200 amp hour test, I would be putting it back in the box and returning it because I used Amazon. So I still like this battery. I wish it had better capacity doing that. However, that could be fixed. So it's not saying 150 amp hours. It's not saying 100 amp hours. It's very close to the amp hour capacity too. There could be also, I have to acknowledge that on my end, there could be some sort of, error that I did, some sort of non-standard thing. However, I'm just using it the way that I would be using it anyway. Why do I feel comfortable with using a Blue Solar charge controller? Well, the Blue Solar is the version without Bluetooth enabled on it. I'm not the type of guy that likes apps. I just connect the Victron USB cord, USB to that Victron Connect, and I use the Victron Connect app on my computer to update the firmware and do all I need to do, so I don't need it to broadcast a Bluetooth signal. Well, I don't believe in having multiple hundreds of devices in my house that are all broadcasting Bluetooth signals, possibly affecting my health. And B, I prefer to do that connection once in a while, and if anything, I just download the data for the past 30 days and getting an average rather than doing that. Plus, I could also connect it to a Servo GX if I wanted to, or connect it to a PC and remotely connect to it. These solar charge controllers, they're designed to be connected to a battery 24/7, kind of like I have over here to this battery bank. It's connected 24/7, and when you look at those chargers that say lithium charger, those have a fan on them. I don't like fans, even though I do have, sometimes fans running. I prefer not to have them. So with this system, it's kind of fanless. I have the power bricks that are fanless, putting 3 of them together. And in order to put them together, I have to use diodes. So these are, 30 amp diodes over here. However, each leg over here is not pushing more than 10 amps because each brick is about 19 volts times 10 amps, and it's splitting that among 3 of them to do the charge at 400 something watts, 430 watts about. So having this connected all the time, I feel comfortable with that. Yeah, that's the way that I build my systems. I put Anderson connectors everywhere. These are 40 amp fuses everywhere. So every line gets its own fuse instead of having these huge 200 amp mega fuses. Each leg gets its own connection. I don't have to create bus bars. I just connect it directly to the thing. So I have the highest, strongest connection with 10 AWG wires. And I also have these big connectors too. These 350 amp connector that I could connect to an inverter. So like I have one back there. So I have the best of both worlds. Lower power devices up to 300 watts. I can easily connect it to here. And if it's a higher power device, I could just connect it to that. And I can connect these blue connectors together with each other, like over here, and parallel them up. So that allows the device to be portable. I don't have to screw on a lug, and I could quickly connect something here and disconnect it, kind of like I did here, like one of these. That's a cigarette plug adapter to a USB-C, so it could provide up to 100 watts. So I would recommend this battery. Yes, I would. At least for myself. If I had a chance to buy another one, maybe I would, because of the compact design and more or less capacity test worked out, and I think it's going to work out in the end in the future. All right, friends. So I'll see you in the next one, and thumb up and subscribe. See you soon.